Hi guys, hello from Canada. I know it's been a while since most of you have seen me, and so I'm coming to you in this rather weird format, but to talk about something that's really important to me. Now, some of you know this about me and some of you probably don't, but when I was 15, I decided that someday I would open an orphanage. Why? Because I believed that every child deserves happiness, every child deserves love, and every child deserves the same opportunities that we have had. Now, my life took me on many different paths that I didn't always understand, but I went along because my philosophy has always been simple. Just go where the happiness is. And in simply following my happiness and simply following my bliss, I have somehow found myself my next adventure. I found this organization called CUSO International. It's a non-profit whose goal is to reduce poverty and inequality in the world. Now, they are presently looking for teachers to go into remote parts of Canada and teach Indigenous children. Now, these Indigenous communities have suffered immensely at the hands of European settlers. Up until 25 years ago, the kids were forcefully separated from their families and sent into residential schools. In these schools, these kids were tortured and abused physically, mentally, and even sexually. 40% of all the kids who went to these schools never made it out alive. Can you believe that? Nearly half the kids who went to school died there. And the communities today, of course, suffer immensely from the aftermath of these atrocities that have been committed against them. There are extremely high levels of abuse, violence, and even suicide among the youth. Now, the women live in far more dire conditions. A few weeks ago, a paper was submitted to the Canadian government about the missing and murdered Indigenous women. As of today, there are over 4,000 women who have gone missing and nobody knows what's happened to them. In this day and age, women are just going off the grid. So, of course, when I learned about this, I said I have to do something about it. Now, I may not be able to go back into history and stop the residential schools. I may not be able to go out and find these women, but I can do what I do best. I can go and educate these young boys and girls and help them change their story. I can go out, give them the education that they deserve, and give them a voice that is so loud that they will never again be silenced. I truly believe in the words of Nelson Mandela that education is the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. And I also truly believe that every child deserves happiness, every child deserves love, and every child deserves the same opportunities that we have had. And so I will soon be embarking upon my mission. I will be spending the next 10 months very close to the Arctic Circle, where in the winter, the temperatures go down to minus 50 degrees. Yes, minus 50 degrees centigrade. And there are days in the winter where the sun never rises. And there are days in the summer where the sun never sets. Is that crazy? But crazy is what makes me me, right? So this is a voluntary mission, and the Canadian government is supporting a large part of the work that I will be doing. But for the other part, I need your help. I'm looking to raise $2,000 to support the work that I will be doing with these children. Now, for every dollar that you contribute, the Canadian government contributes $9. So a $100 donation actually becomes $1,000. Isn't that awesome? So much better than the law of compounding. So I'm asking you to please show me your love. Click on that button and let's together try to make this world a better place. If you can't contribute, that's perfectly fine. But may I please ask you to share this page with your friends and family. And together, let's try to change the lives of these children. I really believe that where God has blessed us, we must then go forth and bless others. I remember once when I was walking to my car in Dubai, I remember asking God, why is it that I'm so blessed? Why is it that I have this great, comfortable, safe life when there are children around the world who are living in war-torn areas? There are people who spend their entire lives in refugee camps. There are people who grow up with the very real, imminent fear of death. What have I done to deserve this life that I live? And he said, freely, freely you have received. Freely, freely give. And so I'm asking you, my beloved, to help me give off the gifts that I've received, to give to these children the love that they deserve. Because I hope you agree with me that every child deserves happiness, every child deserves love, and every child deserves the same opportunities that we have had. I come to you with my deepest gratitude, with all my heart, my mind, my soul. Thank you. I love you.